Hello guys, my name is Nurul Najwa teacher Aziz, in case you don't know me yet. And today I would like to present sense and reference in semantics. Let's get started. This assignment, we are required to do a report on sense and reference that we have learned in semantic class. This research focuses on the study of sense and reference in semantics can increase students' understanding of word and meanings, sentence relationships, and discourse and context. Semantic is some things that we take for granted, but it plays a crucial part in English. Without semantics, it is dull as Dr. Asma's feelings towards me. For this reason, we wanted to take a closer look on what semantics role can be, especially when we become an English teacher. Will it help students to learn better? If so, how will it do that? For instance, semantic might help students to understand the meanings during classroom teaching. We will also take a look on the importance of sense and reference in this study to ESL learners. The relationship between ESL learners and semantic will be looked in this report. My friends will explain one by one to you. So enjoy! Waka 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 waka
Hi, my name is Delaina, Denis, Ejoh, and you guys can call me Denis. And today I will be presenting to you the study of semantic. Alright, are you guys ready? You have to. The study of semantic is the study of meaning of words that exist within a language. And semantic is crucial because one, they are connected to language acquisition, and two, semantic is actually a part of a language structure. Right? I will give you an example. For example, a person is not able to speak English fluently, meaning his semantic knowledge is lower than average. He will be struggling to arrange his words into sentences and use them in his or her conversation that could bring meaning, right? Which resulted the person he's talking to, he or she is talking to, will have struggle. They will struggle as well to understand the meaning of the whole conversation that they were having, right? So semantic will provide like a guide for the person to arrange his words into sentences and conversations with meaning. Alright, in school, semantic will help students increase their understanding of sentence relationship through sense and reference or inference. Right? For example, in a sentence, Sarah went to the mall. She bought some new clothes. Right? So on the second sentence, which is she bought some new clothes, the word she actually does not straightforward or explicitly refers to Sarah, right? But since the word Sarah, which is typically a name for a female, and we will automatically infer she, which is a pronoun for a female, which is Sarah, right? And yeah, so that explains our sense, which is we sense that Sarah is she because she is a pronoun for female. And for reference, we know that she is Sarah because again she is a pronoun for female, and Sarah is typically a name for a female. Alright, so that's it for me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is YangCong. So, the role of the semantics. Usually a word itself does not mean anything or many things, or the meaning will change according to the context. We use knowledge of the world and the environment, physical experience, and cultural understanding to mark things, and objects, process, and events. Everyone, every country, every culture has a different understanding and experience of the world around them. For people in Dubai, he might describe the mountain as brown mountain. For you, the normal mountain will be green. Therefore, you will see how different things experience cause confusing and misunderstanding. Although some meaning remains the same in various languages, other meanings are quite different. When we see a word in isolation, the conceptual meaning is the first meaning that comes to mind. The meaning varies according to age, culture, or personal experience. It conveys feelings and emotions related to words. For example, white may have positive meaning because it is usually related to night, party, and innocence. The meaning of the stay reflects the social situation. For example, the news on TV sounds different from what my best friend revived the announced contact. The emotional meaning conveys the speaker's personal feelings and attitudes. Politeness, anger, ridicule. Tone and intonation help convey emotional meaning. Connection meaning refers to the term partnership. They always appear together and must remain the same. Replacing any word with a synonym will affect its meaning. For example, the connection word is timely, attracts attention, and has a great significance. As you can see, the semantics are very complex, but they are essential for expressing ideas and understanding messages for English learners. Acquiring and retaining vocabulary is part of fluency. Vocabulary activities such as reading, writing, and listening provide a good start for exploring new words. However, in order to make the activity less abstract and build a cognitive structure, we can allow students to group and associate familiar words with other words they know. Semantics is the knowledge and understanding of words and the relationship between words. Students who have difficulty with words and reading skills may show difficulty with writing and speaking. Students may also have difficulty understanding the relationship between sentence and words in paragraphs. Some ideas and activities can support improvement in the use and understanding of words. For students who have difficulty understanding sentence paragraphs and long reading paragraphs, listening skills and processing new information can be difficult. Poor listening skill can prevent students from following verb instructions, especially step-by-step instructions. In addition, the process ability of spoken information and the process speed of new information appearing in writing are also slow, which brings additional difficulty to students who have difficulty in semantics learning. These students usually need more time to process information than their peers in the classroom.
So now we're moving on to question number 3. Question number 3 is about what kind of relationship is between teaching semantics and improving ESL learners' learning skills. So basically, semantics can be a linguistic problems, especially among non-native students. And these linguistic problems affected students' learning process. So some of the students could not recognize the meaning of the words in an expression. So eventually, they failed to denote the meaning of the whole expression. So as a student, it is hard learning to master a new language, as it has a new element. It has different ways of communicating meaning, and it has different rules of usage. So it's kind of difficult. But from the teacher's perspective, it is also a hard work for them to make sure the students are really learning the target language. We have to plan a lesson, a teaching plan, and then we have to finding the correct way of transmitting the knowledge they need in order to proficient on it. In addition, teaching semantics could expand the students' vocabulary. So the students know how to use the production vocabulary in meaningful sentences and to understand the sentences produced by others, by their friends, by others. Also, teaching semantics want to indicate the general implicit knowledge that students have about meaning in the language. So we shouldn't expect students to clearly define all the words that they know, but we should expect them to be able to explaining the meaning of utterance they will ever produce or comprehend. Thus, the learner's comprehension in semantics will develop as well as their vocabulary. However, semantics probably won't help students to understand the meaning of a word they don't understand, even though it has a lot to say about meaningfulness patterns that they might find in words. For example, one of the Shakespeare sonnet. Just like we know that poetic sentences, poetic meaning is so different from literal meaning. So it's kind of difficult to know the meaning of the words from the old English time. But as we learn more about semantics, we are finding out a great deal about how the language of the world match forms with meaning. So by doing so, we learn a lot about ourselves. As we learn semantics, we also learn about ourselves, the way we think, how we think, our thinking pattern, as well as we acquiring knowledge that is useful in many different fields and applications. So moving to the next question, which is question number 4. Why is the study of semantics considered important for teachers and students in ESL classroom and in relation to the topic of sense and reference? So, as for a teacher, the study of semantics is considered important because the teacher could identify students' cognitive levels and ability in understanding the English language by teaching semantics. We can see a different kind of thinking patterns from each student, and the way they're thinking, the way they explain their understanding of the meaning of the words, and the choices of their appropriate expressions. Next, the student. The study of semantics could enhance ESL learners' ability levels and performance and especially in the curricular and academic. So according to Leach 1981, the study of semantics is about the study of communication. So the need to understand it becomes more important as communication becomes more and more a crucial factor in social organization. In addition, the study of semantics is important for students to enable students to expand their words knowledge, as I mentioned before, their vocabulary, so their understandings become more and more developed. So the more they comprehend, the more better performance of their learning skills in classrooms. So in relations of topic sense and reference. So sense is the meaning of an expression. Thus, if a sentence expresses an idea that is meaningful, then it has sense. For example, like I feel like I'm dying, so it has sense because it expresses an idea, isn't it? So however, if an expression refers to something like a place, object, or person, then it has reference. Like, oh, look at that lady. Oh, there's a fly here. Sentence reference is its truth value. Truth value is like the thing or object, place, or something that you refers to is existed in this real world. So whereas its sense is the thought that it expresses. The thought is like, I almost fell down. I almost falling in love with you, right? Something like that. So we also can determine the sentences whether it contains a sense and reference, and also determine its truth value by acquiring the knowledge semantic in sense and reference. So hence the importance of sense and reference in the study of semantics is we know how to speak in the conversions of an intention to communicate a message through semantic encoding, which is the retrieval of the relevant concepts and the specification of semantics.
Hello everyone, my name is Amanda, and today I will be presenting about the importance and strategies of teaching reference. So let's get started. So as we know, reference is something that is concrete, can be proved by things. And sense is something that is more abstract and can be imagined, so we can relate this to our experience, which is our expression. So our expression has a meaning of sense, but not every expression has a reference. So what are the importance of teaching sense and reference? So as a future educator, I could say that the importance of teaching sense and reference is enable students to distinguish linguistic term or any term with its meaning and function. So in other words, that our student has a deeper understanding of the word or phrase or sentence itself. Sense is something that is associated with something that is abstract, which we can interpret where student is imagining something about a certain term, and reference is something that will help them to understand the meaning behind the word or the term that we give. So let's take a classic example of this topic, which is the morning star is the evening star. So the star is being referred as the planet Venus. And why it is said that the morning star is the evening star? Because in the morning we can see the planet, which is the star, and if it is in the evening we can see the star also. So there is two senses depending on the time that the star is being seen, and the planet itself is a reference. So there is two sense here and one reference. So let's take another example, which is the word woman and a girl. So a woman is someone who is animated, a female, and married, while in the other hand, a girl is someone who is not married. So in order for us to know what is a girl is, we need to understand what is a woman is, so that we can see the differences between two words. So all in all, I can say that the importance of teaching sense and reference helps students to distinguish or understand a certain linguistic term or any term that is given to them in class. Now we will take a look of the strategies that is used to teach sense and reference. The strategies that is being used to teach sense and reference, which is the scaffolding method. So what it is exactly? So scaffolding is one teaching method where we break up the lesson plan into chunks. Let's say we are doing reading. So we preview a text, focus with the key vocabulary or some the chunks of the text. So we will ask the student to read and we can discuss it along the way. So this we can see that this method is suitable for all types of students in class, especially for those who are struggling in understanding in class. And moreover, the method itself is flexible because we can alter the lesson or our lesson plan according to the students' need. We can accommodate our lesson to their needs. So what are the activities that can be done while implementing this method in the classroom? So one of the activity is what we call a show and tell. So these activities include students to form small groups, and we will show them the outcome of the activity. So we will give them a sentence and let them analyze which is sense and reference. And when they do that, they are able to interact with each other. And while that is going on, we can guide them throughout the learning process. And by the end of the discussion, we can ask them to one of the person in one group to stand up and just discuss it, or just tell the class and show and tell the class what have they discussed. And through that we can help we can guide them to have a better understanding of what is the right and wrong in their what they have analyzed in their group. So the next one will be using visual aids in class. As we know that the Malaysian Education Ministry has been encouraging teachers or schools to use the 21st century learning and teaching method in class, and that includes using technology in classroom. We can interpret that by using visual aids to teach in class. So how do we do it? We can use graphic organizer, pictures, or charts as a scaffolding tool. Let's take for instance, we gave them a sentence and we let them to draw or search on Google what do they interpret the term is. And by doing that, we will understand and we can guide them through how they are thinking, how they interpret the word. So the last one will be there is no specific term for this, but we will pause, then ask questions, and pause again, then review. So how does this work? So let's take for example, we gave them the word blue. So we pause so that the students can think and find their own meaning what is blue is, and then we ask question what they interpret that the word is about, and then we pause again and review. where we discuss about the interpretation or what they have analyzed about the word blue. Here we can see that we can keep the students engaged and active in class in understanding the senses or the term that we have gave to them. Like I said before, this method is very much flexible as we alter our lesson plan according to the student needs. Through this activity, we can see that if the class is not or have not reached the level of understanding that we have expected, we can let them work in groups or work in pairs so that they feel comfortable to discuss between them. And as the saying goes, 2 is better than 1. So as a conclusion, we can say that there is a diverse of learners in our classroom, and this method may help to overcome this problem of them not understanding especially sense and reference in class. So that I can say that this scaffolding may take a little bit of time to be done in class, but the outcome of this method is I could say outstanding, because the student has reached a level of understanding that we are expected them to have. So that is all from me. Thank you for listening, and I will pass this presentation to the next presenter.
Alright. Hi, my name is Delaina. I am back again. I will be the one who will explain to you guys about my group's short teaching plan. Alright? Let's make it simple. I will imagine myself as the teacher. In the beginning of the class, I will start by explaining briefly about the concept of sense and reference to my student, and I will be using audio and visual as my teaching aids, alright? And also by giving simple sentences, alright, to explain more details about the sense and reference. Okay, and then moving on to the middle of the class, I will organize or held a short quiz or game. Let's just call it a quiz that is based on a board game called the Snakes and Ladder. Right? It is not 100% the same. I will not be using the literal board, of course. It is actually just inspired by it. The students that are able to give me the correct answer will be able to move forward from the starting point. They will be moving forward, and the ones who are not able to give me the incorrect ones, they will either have to move back or just stay on the place. But I think it will be appropriate for them to move back instead of just staying there. Okay? And then the student may work in pairs or group for them to give me the answer. Right? And then I will be giving the game, the quiz, a limited time, for example 30 minutes or just 20 minutes. And then by the end of the class, I will ask a few students, the ones who give the most correct answers and the ones who give a lot of incorrect ones. So then I will know their feedback and give a little more short explanation to the ones that are still not able to understand the topic, and I will also give them a short exercise that they can do it. Alright, and that's it. It is short, it is hopefully clear for all of you, and that is all from my group, and thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoy it and understand our presentation. Alright, okay, that's it. Bye bye.
So guys, understand what Dean, Salome, Amanda and YangCong explained to you? Basically, semantic is a broad topic that involves multiple levels. Not everyone who studies semantics studies these levels the same way. Just hope that one day we will become a better teacher in future. Amin. That's all from us. Thank you. I hope that you guys enjoy watching this. Mwah.